Mind if I put on some music?
I do not.
All right.
I do not. I like this.
Wait for the drop.
I'm sorry, the drop?
What is happening? What? What is this? I can't hear you.
Oh, what is that?
Dude, that's my jam.
Why am I sweating so much?
Because you're feeling it.
Is that a good thing?
Yes!
Make the ground shake. And now, broadcasting from the center of Mormons, Mountains, and Mayhem, in beautiful Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City?
This is Wait for the Drop.
Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Wait for the Drop, the only Salt Lake City-based EDM podcast broadcasting from the center of Mormons, Mountains, and Mayhem. My name is Mike, and I am here to help you rave. And today we will do so with the immense talents of such artists as Nikki Elizabeth, Rosenfett, Mark Vox, STI Project, Audion, Luxor, Downbow, Fredigan, Pixelot. So many, many capable, wonderful, amazing groups, artists, people, pushing the plur in every way they possibly can, and, in their own way, making the world a better place, which is definitely something that we need right now, please. Okay. Woo! Pleasure and privilege to be here once more. Very lucky to be speaking out into the void. Hello, void. Hello, how are you? Or, to anybody who might be, picking up on a whim from the Instagram or coming up here just by luck, or maybe I finally put the right tags in the video. Who knows? But regardless, I'm happy I'm here. So today, let's talk a little bit about what's going on regarding, our little hunk of the planet, our little peaceful place, our little bowl of a valley resting betwixt the bosom of the Wasatch Mountains. I got up this morning, and it's an experience that I've had on more than one occasion. For all of you who don't know what Salt Lake is like, first of all, weirdest place in the world. And I know you might be saying, what? No, it's not the weirdest place in the world. What about, every other country? What about the history of Europe? What about the vast plains of Brazil? What about the frozen tundra of the Canadian North? I have the slides that I'm talking about. This place is a conduit for like a hellmouth or something, I'm sure, because your pal Mike has lived on both sides of the country. I have lived on the East Coast, I live on the West Coast, I've lived a little bit here in between, and I do not know if it is the Mormon voodoo that is permeating the air around here, but there are some strange things that one can find in the Salt Lake Valley. And I'm not going to go too far into it, but today I was reminded of the yearly tradition of looking towards the west and seeing what looks like a huge grease smear in the sky as the inversion has once again taken hold of Salt Lake Valley. We have this weird pollution thing going on that happens every winter, where this cloud of muck just decides to float around. It's because everybody drives so many cars and everything here, but it doesn't go away until another, high-pressure system or snowstorm or whatever decides to kick its ass and just push it out of the valley. That hasn't happened for a minute. So every time when I wake up and I, take my morning jog over to the speedway to grab my... Well, I'm not going to call it coffee. My hot brown stuff in a cup. Ooh, I keep forgetting this is the internet. I probably shouldn't be talking about hot brown stuff in a cup. Well, you know, I've started shows in worse ways in the past. You look up to the sky and you would see this smear, you know, like in the air, and it's just all the pollution that's coming up. And then once in a while, during the months of winter here in Salt Lake, you have the great good fortune of every once in a while being able to look up in the morning and seeing clear skies. It's this weird kind of feeling when you're looking about and you take a second and it starts with you saying to yourself, oh, the inversion's gone. And then you look at the mountains. And then you look at all the cars passing by and all the people and all the strange things that happen and the history of this place and this and that. I am not a Utah native, but after being here for over a decade, I am a Utahn, for sure. Only I'm not religious. I'm not conservative. But I do have a deep, ingrown love of EDM. And luckily, this place has a hell of a festival circuit. So I'm feeling more at home every year. But the inversion's gone. And the reason as to why I bring that up and have this huge diatribe about, like, you know, this experience that I have when I look up and see that the skies are actually clear, you know, that kind of makes my day. I'm in a much better mood, starting things out. So instead of, like, you know, falling into a mild depression, I decided to say to myself, hey, maybe today is going to be different. Maybe I have a reason to be positive. And now here I am, having my makeshift radio show from home, being broadcast all over the world, to my great enrichment and embarrassment. But also doing what I can to be productive in that regard. So, if you happen to find yourself in a bad place, which, I mean, happens in Salt Lake a lot, but happens all over the world, I hope that you get the chance to wake up and be pleasantly surprised and reminded that, you know, maybe today is going to be a good day. Or evening at this point, right? But anyway, I digress. Let's talk, everybody. So, last show, we were talking about one of my favorite genres of subgenres of EDM. We went into bass house. We were able to play a couple of tracks that had, you know, the good mind-breaking, forehead-thumping, bone-cracking, heavy bass throbbing of a subgenre that has a very colored history. But tonight, we are going to discuss one of the cornerstones of EDM. We're going to discuss one of the oldest genres that has come about when, you know, somebody decided to put, you know, rhythm to a synthesizer. From way back then. Dance or dance pop is one of the cornerstones of EDM. Electronic dance music. And true to its nature, it's known for being able to put feet on floors, get your asses up, and just give you a good reason to shake your hips back and forth. We're going to just dive right in, as we usually do, and discuss dance music. Now, dance, you know, can sometimes have, like, you know, different names put upon it. You'll have, like, dance pop or, like, you know, different genres that come into play, but primarily, it's just dance music. And they all follow the same kind of formula that comes into play because they take their inspiration and their structure from the same source, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, dance music, often shortened to dance, is a genre of music created specifically to enhance and accompany dancing. Rooted in the fusion of rhythm and melody, dance music has a rich history that spans across centuries and cultures. It can encompass entire musical compositions or serve as a vibrant element within larger musical arrangements. Dance music's... stuttering, too many S's. Dance music's significance lies in its ability to evoke movement and emotion, making it an integral part of human expression. Now, this article goes on a bit, and I do love fandom because it does have some pretty dedicated, kind of like points to make about genres and the way in which they formed over the years. You're going to find as we continue our journey together that there are a lot of genres in EDM that have the same name, not the same name. They have different names, but they come from the same place, and they try to prevail as being the same descriptive factors for certain genres of music. What's the difference between house and funk house, right? What's the difference between funk and future funk? That kind of thing, right? And we will delve in the future. But I want to make sure that you guys understand that primarily, when we talk dance music, we're talking a musical structure that does provide the same four-on-the-floor action that we had with our previous genre we were talking about with bass house, but is more akin to using vocals that aren't just samples or stabs. Those exist, and those are appropriate, but you're going to have in dance music vocals that follow a more contemporary kind of intro, bridge, chorus kind of structure, for lack of a better term. And the reason why is because of this part right here that I like to bring up from time to time. The mid-20th century brought a series of influential shifts in dance music. The 1950s saw the emergence of rock and roll as a go-to dance music style, while the late 1960s introduced soul and R&B, adding soulful grooves to dance floors. The disco movement of the early 1970s catapulted dance music to even greater heights of popularity, establishing it as a cultural phenomenon. And that, my friends, is the rub. What historical genre of music does EDM dance music borrow most of its elements from? The answer is disco. By the late 1970s, dance music was on the verge of a transformative era with the rise of electronic dance music, EDM. Pioneers like I gotta get a better pop filter. Pioneers like Giorgio Moroder and Kraftwerk. Oh man, we're gonna go into a deep dive on Kraftwerk at one point. Forefathers of EDM over here. Anyway, they infused electronic elements into their music, laying the groundwork for the electronic revolution. As the 1980s unfolded, electronic dance music began captivating, wow, am I dyslexic? Captivating audiences with its futuristic soundscapes, driving beats, and synthesized textures. In the modern landscape, EDM has branched to its intricate tapestry of subgenres, each with its own distinct flavor, which we're very lucky for, because that means that I will have something to talk about for the rest of my life. There are so many subgenres of EDM now, and we're going to learn together how we can become bigger EDM snobs and diamond cut and tell the difference between what I just mentioned before, funk, future funk, trap house, dubstep, all of it. All beautiful, beautiful pieces of the greater EDM puzzle. Innovators like Daft Punk, the Chemical Brothers, and Aphex Twin pushed the boundaries of electronic dance music, ushering in an era of experimentation and sonic exploration. More recent artists like Flume, Jou, and Kaytranada continue to reshape the genre with their unique blend of electronic elements and influences from across the musical spectrum. Today, dance music remains a vital and ever-evolving force in the music world, seamlessly blending tradition and innovation. Its dynamic rhythm and infectious melodies continue to unite people on dance floors, at festivals, and within the immersive realm of electronic soundscapes. The reason as to why we have dance music is because of the history of that evolution. Groups such as Kraftwerk and, Giorgio Moroder borrowed heavily from disco tropes when it comes to rhythm, supporting melodies, vocals, samples, that kind of thing. But one thing that we have to take into consideration is that dance is going to help you dance. Specifically why is due to the different choices that most dance artists make. What kind of rhythm are you going to have? What kind of supportive melodies and harmonies are going to be put into play? Are you going to be using vocals? Are you going to be using synthesizers instead of actual instruments? I think you'll find tonight, when we look into the different tracks that we're going to bring up, and also in the hopefully successful final DJ set I'm going to be putting out with the tracks we talked about, that we will talk about, you're going to see, and hopefully maybe even make a bit of comparison, seeing as the VOD from last week's episode is still on YouTube, the differences between these genres, which is kind of like my new kind of bread and butter when it comes to listening to music. I want to find out a way in which I can tell the difference between all of these different genres, even though I already have favorites, but at the very least, be able to talk about the little intricacies that make them different, make them unique, but also talk about the source from whence they came, because they all have this shared history that I find very interesting. But I challenge you to listen to the tracks that we're going to be using tonight, and if you feel like it, maybe backtrack and listen to last week's episode, or at least some samples of therein, and ask yourself, how are these two genres different? Well, nothing like finding out. This is Rosenfeld. Nowhere to hide. Sit back, relax, and if you feel like picking up that ass and dancing a few steps, don't let me stop you. I'll see you on the other side.
Mind, body,
Wow. Welcome back. That was a beautiful piece of music by Rosenfeld. Nowhere to Hide. It's interesting, I think, how we can go about and see the similarities. Nowhere to Hide is a good point at which we have the same four on the floor structure, and yet so much more, which we'll get into in a moment. But let's jump in and talk about the artist. Wait for the Drop.
Wait for the drop.
Is, artist forward, dude. I'm not making any money off this thing. I just like to celebrate creative people and beautiful music. It makes me happy. Anyway, Rosenfeld from Rosenfeld Music is located north of Copenhagen, Denmark. As producer, Rosenfeld has worked with many Danish artists and has managed to sign deals with 3 Danish labels in the past. Rosenfeld has remixed international artists like Swedish House Mafia, Bob Marley, Deadmau 5, Axwell, and many more. The genre of Rosenfeld music productions is mainly pop, house, dance, and EDM. At the present, Rosenfeld is working on many new projects of music, which include a famous Danish singer. He also worked with Britney Spears back in the past, which is interesting. The Danish music producer Rosenfeld has released 5 singles in May through July last year, especially with their latest EP, We Live Tonight and Love Street. They have already received international recognition from the Swedish top producer Stonebridge, who has Love Street on the track list, and German hitmaker Klaus, who is known for the remix of Guru Josh project Infinity. The album Never Too Late, 15 tracks, was released last year in November. Currently, Rosenfeld has 30 followers on Spotify, a little over 160 monthly listeners, mostly coming out of Valencia, España, Italy, Brazil, Denmark, and actually a lot out of Helsinki, Florida. Let's check on our boy over here. Mr. Rosenfeld. Coming about with a lot of great points coming up here. Oh, man, yeah, especially with the fires in California. Yeah, that is terrifying. But more importantly, All Night Long, that was the album we were talking about before. And a scenic terrain north of Copenhagen where the calm seas meet vibrant urban rhythms, musical genius resides. Rosenfeld. He can be found at Mr. Rosenfeld on Instagram. Go ahead and give Mr. Rosenfeld some love. Definitely doing some great work, pushing a lot of different spectrums of EDM. And though they may be based mostly in regards to like a house perspective, the reason as to why I chose... Oh, the track we just listened to was from the Never Too Late album we just talked about. The reason as to why I chose to use this in the Angry Clown... I decided to use this track in tonight's episode was because it was a good opening for what dance music is. So let's listen to this a little bit here. So we have a breakdown here, right? That's coming about. Do you guys know what we're not hearing right now? Then the bass comes into it. And then when we have, keep in mind, like the entire time that even though we have 4 on the floor happening with bass, that is similar to the bass house that we were listening to last episode, we have like these interesting pauses. Now this would facilitate like a bridge in the song, or maybe a breakdown or something like that. And then we have a stab of a vocal that comes in. And then the theme is borrowed into that synth sound, that bump, bump, boop, 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 boop. And we have a lower, a texture of bass, but it isn't like in the forefront of the song. In dance, bass will sometimes have, a prominent point. But for the most part, it's going to act as support. That was good. Thank you very much, Rosenfeld. Let's jump in and get something a bit more serene. Something that borrows a little bit more from a more symphonic take on the dance genre, maybe. Why don't we listen to some Audion? This is So Sad by Audion. You're going to find this one having more of a dance aesthetic once the rhythm comes in. Sit back, enjoy, and shake it a little bit. I'll see you at the other side. Nice, nice, nice. So that was So Sad by Audion. Let's get some information about this incredible artist, shall we? Grammy-nominated producer and songwriter Audion has established himself as a fixture in the dance community, known for his production prowess and unique propensity for uplifting melodies. considered a staple in the progressive house genre, Audien launched his career in 2008 with a string of releases on Ajuna Beats. Great EDM label, Ajuna Beats. Armada Music, Spinnin' Records, also very good. Spinnin' Records is actually known to offer a lot of NDA, like free music, you guys know what I mean? Like where you don't have to like pay the commercial rights and stuff for it. DMCA, yeah, anti-DMCA stuff. And Astroworks. Over the years, Audien solidified his signature and sound and garnered the support of industry veterans like Tiesto. Oh, wait until we talk about Tiesto, you guys. We talk about a career. Holy cow. Above and Beyond. Oh, another group that's amazing. It has been in business for a long while. And Armin van Buuren. In 2014, Audien released his Grammy-nominated remix of Bastille's Pompeii, which went on to become the most played track at Electric Daisy Carnival and Coachella, and one of the 5 most played tracks at Tomorrowland. And there's no surprise then, but Audien has become a mainstay at marquee festival brands across the world, including Tomorrowland, EDC, Ultra, Lollapalooza, and many more. Audien's career growth and influence is evidenced by his impressive list of collaborators, which include Lady Antebellum, Max, and Ecosmith, on top of the official remixes from Michael Jackson, Coldplay, and Halsey. Audien released his debut LP, Escapism, in November 2019. The album is a definitive effort encapsulating both Audien's signature style and his dominance on the dance landscape. Audien states, "I am not reinventing the wheel, but I'm accentuating the art I've created for almost a decade. It's the best form of what I'm known for." Let's take a look and see what he's been up to. Oh, man. Now this is something I can respect. A DJ who has been doing his thing for over a decade and only 3 posts on Instagram. He is definitely an old head, such as myself. Oh, man. Some of you may have been coming over here from the Instagram page we were able to put together for Wait for the Drop.
Wait for the drop.
It's not fancy. I have got to learn how to market this a lot better. But yeah, I mean, the man has 3 pictures of a heart balloon coming up. Now, I don't know if it does not look real, but I don't know if this is like, yeah, this has got to be like some sort of announcement for an album that he had or a track that he had or something along those lines. Yep, album number 2. That's going to be sweet. Oh, I respect it. I love being able to find out new stuff about artists that I have, had on my radar for a minute. And just seeing how they evolve with like new works and good stuff. It's intense. Continuing on. Let's listen to another mainstay. Why don't we go ahead and get some Fred again coming up here. So, this is Adore You by Fred again and Obong Jayar.
So much better with everything.
Listen to the vocals in here.
Nice and clover in my chair. There's no
Doing what dance music does. Building off of musical elements and then letting the bass play support. See you on the other side.
Beyond your years, people try to find this thing you've always been. I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. When prayer answers, you walk through life just like a dancer. If I had my way, every day would be a parade. When prayer answered, you walk through life just like a dancer. If I had my way, every day would be a parade. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. Life's just like a dancer. If I had my way, every day would be a parade. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. And I pray you never lose your stomach. I'm so proud of all that you are. I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. I adore you. Ooh, I adore you.
I will not stop, 'cause I fuck the movement. I will not stop, 'cause I fuck the movement. I will not stop, 'cause I'm all the way alive with so much juice. So fuck the movement. I will not stop, 'cause I fuck the movement. I will not stop, 'cause I fuck the movement. I will not stop, 'cause I
Ooh, I adore you. 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 Ooh, I adore you.
Not bad. I mean, what can you say about Fred, man? This guy has been. I mean, you can't even really call him like new on the circuit anymore because he's been doing stuff for a number of years, but relatively new artist. Doesn't have the same kind of tenure as Audion, for instance, or Tiesto, or Oakenfold, or anything like that. But man, what a talent! Always bringing up like these poppy dance clips of pop in. I've seen him on news shows in London and everything where he's just been happy-go-lucky and showed people how easy it is for him to produce like an entire song just by using like an MPC and a laptop. It's really remarkable. Very, very talented. And if you don't know about Fred again, I would suggest strongly that, if you like to groove and if you like to have your heart tickled a little bit by EDM, this is a really good example of how dance music does not incorporate the standard 4-on-the-4 structure, but still has a capability through making use of guitar as a rhythm section and establishing a regular kind of rotating vocal, which we will talk about in a second. It still makes it kind of like, dancey and groovy and still follows the same tenets as, dance in general. Let's double check and see how he's doing with this. So currently, just amazing. Fred has over 1 million followers on Spotify. Currently averaging at about 14, actually it's almost 15 million monthly listeners coming about off the app. Large populations coming out of Sydney and Melbourne, Australia. And then also coming out from London, Great Britain, that kind of stuff. Let's check and see what he's been up to. Fred again. Wicked. So you're looking about and you're seeing like just the stuff that's coming about. Really beautiful shots of him being at major festivals. 5 days to build for this from this post. Crazy. The main show did small thing. Oh, 100 people were able to come up and see. That's cool. Being able to study and mix in the green room. Posters, that kind of thing. Very good. I mean, look at this guy. I have never seen a picture of Fred without a smile on his face, you know? Just being able to go about and doing like boiler room-esque kind of shows. Making use of live a cappella and other ports of different genres of music into his work. Really good. Fred again at Instagram.com. If you have never heard of Fred, give him a listen, especially when he is going to go about and team up with very talented artists that help support him. Artists such as Obang Jayar, I really hope I'm not mispronouncing that name, but Obang Jayar was the main vocal on that track, and you can see here that this corresponds with the previous post we had. We've been going about, and look, just an MPC and vocal, or a keyboard and a vocals pushing about. Doing Adore You for 70,000 people at a LA Coliseum. I mean, that's so inspiring. That's so revolutionary about how this music and how these talented artists can team up and go about and just make so many people happy. Art exists in this genre. And it's great to know that there are dedicated people who are willing to just, bring the plur and do what they can to try and make the world a better place in their own way. So if you're going to be listening to Fred, go ahead and, try and find some of the works of the artists that he's worked with in the past. Currently, Obang Jayar, the Devil Slayer, has over 100,000 followers on Spotify and currently pushing 3.5 million monthly listens off the app. Most of it coming out of Australia and London, but still, nothing wrong with that. I certainly hope someday I will be able to see Fred in person. And if this gentleman is following suit, backing up with vocals, I'm not complaining. So why don't we get one more track in before we get to the set? Let's jump in with some STI Project. This is the STI Project with this title of This Is For You. You're going to hear the dance pop up when the vocals really fall into the rhythm scheme on this one. See you on the other side. So. So this is for you by the STI Project. Quite honestly, STI is a group that I am not familiar with at all. I found this track doing general searches for dance music, and I thought that because of the way in which the rhythm and the vocals supported one another, it was a really good example of how dance has this melding. And we have to talk about tempo a little bit. Most of these tracks that you're going to find when it comes to dance are going to be usually anywhere between 126 to 134 BPM. That's really important. It's going to be enough wiggle room so that you can have a consistent rhythmic bed popping in. It's something that you find a lot with, actually, bass house a lot as well. But were you guys able to hear how the vocal was up front more than anything else in that track? In dance music, you're going to be dealing more in the mid-range with more rhythmic elements mixed with symphonic and synth and vocal. And the bass is there, but it's going to be mostly as a point of support. It'll always be in the breakdown for the most part. And, you know, when you have a pre-chorus going into a chorus, you're going to have it land when the chorus begins, but not so much at the beginning. Whereas where we had bass house in last week's episode, the bass was constant. It was up front. It could not be ignored. Even when we were listening to that audio track, we were able to see that the bass is playing support. And that is a big difference between dance and other points of EDM that we will be looking into in the future. Dubstep, industrial, techno. You're going to find that when it comes to the different genres in EDM, one of the best ones that melds all the different elements within a tempo around 130 beats per minute, they're all going to be playing pretty close together. And if anything's going to come out in front, it's usually going to be the main vocal or main synthesized point of chorus that the song is trying to push, as I consistently hit my microphone. I mean, honestly, I'm just going off of what I can remember from studying musicianship in college 20 years ago, and things have definitely changed. So, if you guys think I'm just blowing smoke up your ass, feel free to let me know, because this isn't just me trying to educate. I'm also trying to learn. So go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments. Am I on in regards to this? Am I way off? What track should I be listening to? What track should we be listening to when it comes to just dance and, like, you know, the epitome of this genre? But at the very least, I hope I've been entertaining. I hope I've been able to, like, you know, provide you with maybe some artists you haven't heard before, maybe some music you haven't heard before, some music you haven't heard before, and overall just giving you a chance to, like, sit back and step away from the world a little bit, because God knows the way things are now, we could all use a little more peace, love, understanding, and respect. So, we're going to take a little break, and we are going to go about and try and get things ready for our dance set. It's going to be a wild time here at Wait for the Drop.
Wait for the drop.
So I invite you guys to chillax for a little bit. I'm going to grab some water. I'm going to get my deck ready, and we're going to see if I can get your ass out of that seat. Maybe gyrate a little bit. See you guys in a minute. All right. Let's give this a shot.
Wait for the drop.
nothing else matters. You make it seem like we can go anywhere. You make me wanna pull you in closer. And if you need me, baby, you know I'm there. Come and say the word, and I'll be there. Come and say the word, and wherever you are. Come and say the word, oh. Come and say the word, and I'll be there.
Well, not too shabby, not too shabby. Well, I certainly hope that gave you guys a good example of some interesting dance music. Did I happen to move you? Did I happen to give you reason to stand up? Maybe stretch your legs, dance about a bit? Did I put you in a better mood? I hope so. That's what I'm here for. Not even me, quite honestly. I'm just a baby DJ trying to make things kind of meld in together without too much of an abrupt, switch up. It's really the artists that need credit in regards to that. So I certainly hope that if you guys have enjoyed any of the tracks we've talked about today, any of the music that I've been able to present you, that it gives you a reason to look about and, do some research in regards to the dance subgenre of EDM. I got a feeling it's going to make you happy. You might even learn some new moves on the dance floor, which is always good. But I'm afraid, everybody, that once more, it's been proven tonight that all good things must come to an end. But I promise, as long as I have breath in my body and a microphone, I'll do what I can to talk about this beautiful, beautiful art form. If you feel like contributing, feel free to, add me in the comments, talk about what's going on, and do what you can to just do what makes you happy. Because, we got to do what we can to keep things ahead. But, as always, I want to thank you for listening. My name is Mike, and this has been Wait for the Drop, the only Salt Lake City-based EDM podcast broadcasting from the center of Mormons, Mountains, and Mayhem, reminding you to have fun and stay hydrated. See you guys next time.